Audio Jungle.
Slow pace of work on the Odukpani to Federal Highway in Cross River State. The Senate is aware that the Odukpani to Federal Highway is a major highway in Cross River State that connects Calabar, the first capital of Nigeria, to Itu in Akwa Ibom State, and is also a major route for transportation, commerce, and social integration within Cross River State and the broader southeastern and south-south regions in Nigeria. Also aware that the highway is the primary corridor for facilitation of the transportation of agricultural produce such as cocoa, oil palm, cassava, and yams from rural areas to urban markets, and also provides access to tourist attractions such as the Obudu Mountain Resort and the Abokim waterfalls. Further aware that the road also serves as an evacuation corridor for the supply of solid minerals across the south-south and southeast regions from quarries in Cross River State, as well as for the Calabar port, which is strategically important as a bulk cargo port for petroleum products being conveyed to the north central and northeast of Nigeria. Observes that the highway has been in a state of disrepair for years, with significant portions uncompleted despite repeated promises and allocations in federal budgets. And the delay in completing the highway has caused untold hardship to commuters and residents, disrupted economic activities, and increased transportation costs for agricultural produce and other goods. Believes that the completion of the Odukpani-Itu highway is not only a matter of infrastructure development, but also a moral and economic obligation to the people of Cross River State and the Niger Delta region at large. Further believes that the completion of repairs on the Odukpani-Itu highway directly supports the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu by fostering economic growth, improving connectivity, and enhancing social welfare in Cross River State and beyond through job creation, improved market access, and support for MSMEs through improved infrastructure. The Senate accordingly resolves to A, mandate the Senate Committee on Works to investigate the reasons behind the non-completion of repairs on the Odukpani-Itu highway, including assessing the utilization of funds allocated for the project over subsequent budget cycles. B, direct the committee to summon relevant agencies, including the Federal Ministry of Works, Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, and contractors involved in the project to provide detailed reports on the status of the highway and challenges being encountered. C, urge the federal government to prioritize the immediate completion of the Odukpani-Itu highway to alleviate the suffering of the people and unlock the economic potential of the region. I so move. Thank you.
Incidentally, a co-sponsor of this motion, I move respectfully that this motion, as ably canvassed and framed, be adopted by the Senate, and if it meets the privilege of that I have on the floor, I may adumbrate a few points on this well-intended motion. Respectfully, Mr. President, my dear colleagues, the motion contemplates the hardship which passengers face daily, which commuters face on the very famous Calabar-Itu highway. The framing here is Odukpani-Itu, but it is well known as Calabar-Itu highway. This is a major corridor that serves a lot of needs for our people. It's a very old road. It's a very strategic pathway to our communities. One recalls when we proudly accompanied the Senate President to Calabar not long ago. Some of us who tried to come back faced hell on that route, and that included the minority leader of the Senate, who spends hours facing a lot of security challenges, as it were, on that road. We need to look at the condition of our highways, and between Odukpani, Uyo, down to Odukpani, there's real cause for concern. So this motion is very well intended. We, by accepting the components of this motion will be helping a lot for our people. But let me also thank the Senate President, because today he has shown clearly that the Senate is not manacled by the strictures of rules and procedure. We are here to do justice to serve our people, and what the Senate President has said clearly about the time that we can accommodate more motions in the interest of this country is very commendable. The Senate is well on its way to saving this country, and we must not be manacled by the strictures of rules and procedure. In fact, where there's a conflict between those manacles and justice must prevail. And this, the Senate President has done clearly today. So I support this motion. It's well intended. It serves not just Akwa Ibom and Cross River, but indeed the larger landmass that surround those communities. A lot has been said about the need for us to look at the state of our roads, and Odukpani Itu Road is one persuasion that we must look at. This would be our respect for the President of the Senate, respect for Cross River and Akwa Ibom, and respect for Nigeria. This road is very, very important, and the time is now for us to look at that road, reconstruct it as it were, give it more attention so that we can continue to drive the economy of this country. I thank you.
Mr. President, I rise to associate myself, as most of us will readily do, given the opportunity, to associate myself with the motion and the prayers that have been presented. The motion is straightforward, it's not complicated. The issues are also germane. The first remark I would like to make is that I'm somehow surprised that this road is still a subject matter that is still coming before the National Assembly. Because I recall that in 2007, when I was elected into the House of Reps, we had a member, then Honorable Ita Enang, who later became distinguished senator, who severally raised these issues about this Odukpani Itu Road, severally. And I can see our speaker there nodding in agreement. And from 2007 up until now, it's shocking that this matter is still lingering, and this important arterial road connecting a very critical part of our people, of this country, is still the way it is. Having said that, we know that the President is executing a major road, that's the Lagos-Calabar road, which we support because it will open up our coastal communities. But while doing so, we should not abandon other important roads, not just this one. We also have the East-West Road and several others. Which is why maybe when we come to the issue of the prayers, we may make a slight amendment so that we look at other important roads in this country that needs to be attended to. Meaning that the Committee on Works, working with the Ministry of Works, need to attend to, while focusing on the big roads that the federal government is working on. No investment in infrastructure is a waste. No investment in infrastructure anywhere in the country is a waste, and all should be supported and encouraged. It is with these few remarks, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, that I urge support also, that the motion should be supported. But maybe, as I said earlier, when we come to the issue of the prayers, we may elaborate it a little bit so that the committee can collate all these other important roads in all parts, in all zones of our country, and do a holistic job and interface with the Ministry of Works. And happily, motions like this at this time is quite timely, because we are preparing to receive Mr. President's appropriation estimates. So if there is focus and there is seriousness, and we're all committed to it, and the holistic job is done, then all of these can come as inputs in next year's appropriation. I support this motion, and I so do.
My name is Senator Victor Ume. I represent Anambra Central Senatorial District from the Southeast Geopolitical Zone of Nigeria. Mr. President, I rise to speak on this very, very important motion for the fact that I'm very well versed about this road. I know this road very well. I've used it severally going to Calabar. This Calabar-Itu road, or Odukpani road, Odukpani is where we stop to buy banana and fish. That road has been a major carriageway connecting this part of the South-South to the Southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria. Calabar has the export processing zone, and quite a number of businesses are in Calabar processing one thing or the other. Unisem, which is Dangote cement before. Lafarge, yes. All the cement they produce there pass through Odukpani to move. So it's a carriageway that has high traffic of trailers, heavy-duty trucks, moving goods from the Calabar export processing zone to the southeast and to other parts of Nigeria. Dangote is in Calabar processing flour. There's a flour mill there, Crown Flour Mills. And factories like this generate high volume of heavy-duty vehicles. So this road is a very critical road. I'm sad that for the years I have passed through this road, long ago, that the road is still in this sorry state. Roads that support economic movement, activities in Nigeria should be given special attention. In terms of this motion paper, that contracts have been awarded for this road and the execution has been poor, I think it is very important that we emphasize on the need, as prayed, that the contractor should go and immediately complete this project. And if there's anything delaying the completion of the project, government should release money. This Calabar to Itu, to southeast, is not only Itu, it doesn't stop at Itu, are you correct, Bene? It goes all the way, and the vehicles come from Lagos even, going through this road to Calabar, to carry processed goods, flours, from the flour mills, from Lafarge cement factory. And sometimes, because of the bad portions on this road, trailers break down with the goods they are carrying, leading to traffic jam. Mr. President, not just because of now that I'm in Abuja, I used to ply this road regularly to Calabar. So for the fact that the road is not serving south-south, as my brothers try to show, our people use this road more than the people in the south-south. Southeast people use this road more than the people from the south-south. They are disturbing me. Our people use this road so much So we are interested, and that's why I'm joining my voice to demand that this road should be immediately completed. And I want to add that when such important facilities are brought through emotion here, we shall be very wary of dressing it with other needs of roads across Nigeria in the prayer, like my brother is trying to suggest. When we lump a lot of such demands in emotion, it tends to kill the purpose of the motion. This road is a very critical road. Motions can be brought for East-West Road. We have done one before on East-West Road. We emphasize it again on its own terms, so that this Calabar-Itu Aba Road into the southeast should be immediately tackled, so that vehicles can move smoothly to Calabar Export Processing Zone, to all the places we have things to ferry out from this important area. Tank farms are there too. I know that my brother Dozie Oil has a tank farm in Calabar there. All the traders that go there to carry products go through this Odukpani, Itu Calabar, Itu Aba, into the southeast and to Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. So that's why I'm saying that we shall deal with this motion and give it all the seriousness it deserves, so that we don't whittle down the importance. Thank you, Mr. President. I so support.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, and the road is also very important to the built industry in Nigeria, because at Akampa, that's where you get the gravel, that's where you get the granites and all that. So a lot of trailers move from there through Akwa Ibom to Aba, through Akwa Ibom to Port Harcourt and Bayelsa and all that. So it will continuously break down due to the heavy traffic and all that. But it's really, really bad. I'm surprised to hear that even from 2007, this issue had always plagued the House of Representatives when my brother Tambowa was the Speaker. Well, now it has reached a point where nobody is passing through the road at all. People are using water and people are dying on the waterways. So it's also actually my road, because it passes through my place. I didn't want to look personal, that's why I'm not making any comment. But I want to join you to appeal to the Ministry of Works to see what they can do. I had a discussion with the minister. He said they gave the road to 3 companies. One is Samatec, one is JB, and the other one is CCECC. I don't know what issues they are having, and I think either JB abandoned the road, packed out of the road out of anger, and so for the past how many years, the road has remained the way it is now, a death trap. Commuters are on that road for at least 9 days. Many vehicles, goods and services are on that road. Tomatoes spoil on the road, everything. So it's something that we have to help Nigeria. It's a road that is very commercially viable. Aba cannot walk. Port Harcourt cannot receive goods. Even the Bayelsa and other parts of Nigeria from there to Lagos. But we do hope that this resolution of the Senate today will help. Thank you for bringing it to the floor, Senator Asokwo. So we go to the prayers. Prayer 1, mandate the Senate Committee on Works to investigate the reasons behind the non-completion of repairs on the Odukpani to Federal Highway, including assessing the utilization of funds allocated for the project over subsequent budget cycles. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2, direct the Committee on Works to summon the relevant agencies, including the Federal Ministry of Works, Federal Road Safety, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, and contractors involved in the project to provide detailed reports on the status of the highway and revert to this August assembly within the next 2 weeks. Those in support of prayer 2 as amended say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3, urge the federal government of Nigeria to prioritize the immediate completion of this Odukpani to highway to alleviate the sufferings of Nigerians and to unlock the economic potential of the 3 regions involved. Those in support of prayer 3 say aye, those against say nay. The ayes have it. Right? I do hope that this will be the last time.
Additional prayer.
Yes, additional prayer has been proposed by distinguished Senator Shaibu Lau and seconded by distinguished Senator Salim Mustafa that they should urge the Federal Ministry of Works to review its policy on concrete pavements on roads, particularly for old roads that contracts were already awarded for asphalt, and that it will amount to moving the goalposts in the middle of a penalty, and that concrete pavements should be limited to only new constructions of roads and not old roads that had already been awarded years back and were already ongoing, and that this has halted the construction of roads in the country. I think this is an important prayer. And those in support of this additional prayer say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished Senator Karimi, your voice was very loud. I don't know, but I want you to know that what Senator Lau said is that for contracts that were given in respect of asphalt and have gone sometimes 70-80%, that to tell them halfway to revert to concrete pavement, that has halted construction of internal roads in the country, and that we should urge the Federal Ministry of Works to review that policy, and then concrete pavements should be used for new constructions. And those contracts that were given for asphalt should be allowed to be concluded with asphalt. I don't think it's an unreasonable request. And I think it's something that the Senate has already decided. Anyway, my majority carries the day. And the minority voice you expressed is just that you overshouted. That's why I pointed you out. So you are ruled out of order. Yes. Audio Jungle.